What if I told you Bitcoin just dropped below $86,000 and then bounced back in hours, while big banks quietly opened doors for crypto investors again? Welcome to December 2025, the month that could decide whether crypto's next move is a moonshot or a meltdown. I'm Michael John, and in the next few minutes we'll break down everything you need to know from Bitcoin's rebound to what's happening with Ethereum, XRP, and the entire market. Let's dive in. Medium shot of presenter with active BTC candlestick chart and liquidation heat map visualization on screen, close pans over ETH, XRP and BTC dark-themed candlestick charts showing support, shock resistance levels, photo reel display, slow push on corporate bank facades, logos, Bank of America, JPMorgan, in tasteful glass office environment. Bitcoin is currently trading around $91,300 after sliding below $86K earlier this week. Ethereum is hovering near 3,140, while XRP is sitting just above 2.07. The whole crypto market is worth roughly $13 trillion after a volatile week of heavy sell-offs and short-term liquidations. Analysts say the turbulence was driven by a mix of macro fears, rising bond yields, risk-off sentiment, and global inflation data, but crypto's recovery shows that investor confidence is slowly returning. Bitcoin's 7% bounce from its weekly low was enough to spark conversations about whether the next breakout could be coming sooner than expected. Silent pause. Presenter on screen with stationary BTC, ETH, and XRP charts. Let's rewind for a second. Over $600 million in leveraged positions were liquidated across exchanges in just 48 hours. That triggered a domino effect: forced selling, panic moves, and cascading losses. Add to that a weak global equities market and uncertainty around central bank policy, and suddenly even long-term holders started to sweat. Big institutional players, from hedge funds to corporate treasuries, reportedly trimmed exposure to lock in profits from earlier gains. The result? Bitcoin and Ethereum both dipped sharply, dragging the entire altcoin sector with them. But like we've seen many times before, when weak hands sell, strong hands start to accumulate. Now, the big story. Bitcoin's rebound. After hitting a low near $84,000, BTC surged nearly 7% in a single day, pushing back to the 92K zone. Analysts at JPMorgan say this kind of volatility often marks the beginning of a new accumulation phase, not the end of a rally. Technical charts show Bitcoin holding above its 100-hour moving average, which means the downward momentum is losing steam. The next major resistance sits around $94,000 to $95,000. Break that, and the path to 100K opens up again. But if BTC slips under $90,500, we could revisit recent lows. So, this is a high-stakes moment for traders. BTC price chart, stationary, highlighting recent dip and rebound. Let's talk about Ethereum. ETH remains the backbone of decentralized finance, and despite the recent dip, whales have been accumulating quietly. On-chain data shows an increase in addresses holding over 10 ETH, suggesting renewed confidence. Analysts predict that if ETH stays above $3,100, it could retest $3,300 soon. Now onto XRP, the comeback coin of the year. After a turbulent ride, XRP seems to have found a base around 2.05. Many traders expect a push to $2.25 if the broader market stays stable. With ongoing discussions about regulatory clarity and growing institutional adoption, XRP might surprise the market again. The traditional finance world isn't sleeping on crypto. Bank of America just announced it's expanding crypto access for its wealth management clients. That means mainstream investors could soon buy crypto through their advisors. No exchanges, no confusion. Meanwhile, JPMorgan recently hinted that Bitcoin could hit $170,000 in the coming months if it continues tracking gold's momentum. In other words, Wall Street is quietly getting bullish again. Combine that with ongoing ETF demand and upcoming halving hype, and you can see why traders are cautiously optimistic. Silent on-camera host, listening, pausing, tight medium reaction shot for pacing and cutaway. So, what should you be watching in the coming days? For Bitcoin, support near $9,500 and resistance near 94K. A breakout above 95K could trigger FOMO buying. For Ethereum, keep an eye on $3,100 as key support and the $3,350-$3,300 zone as short-term target. For XRP, watch 2 support and $2.25 resistance. Beyond price, Keep tabs on macro trends like US inflation data, Federal Reserve rate decisions, and institutional inflows. These external factors still drive crypto sentiment more than most people realize. So, is this the start of Bitcoin's next big rally, or just another fake out? Here's the truth. Every cycle begins with doubt, and every bull run starts when most investors are afraid to jump in. Right now, crypto is testing our patience, but also setting the stage for massive opportunities in 2026. Whether you're holding BTC, ETH, or XRP, remember, volatility is part of the game. Stay smart, stay updated, and don't let emotion drive your trades. If you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more weekly crypto updates, and drop a comment. Do you think Bitcoin will cross 100K before the end of the year? Thanks for watching. I'm Michael John, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to like and share the video. Thanks for watching.